Is my voice audible, guys? So today we were working on this GitHub search UI, right? So we have done till this part. So here we have added heading, one text box, and to that text box to get this kind of style, we have just added a class called form control. The moment you add a class called form control, your input box got some kind of styles. And in the same way, we have added some styles for our buttons as well. If you want, you can make it outline as well. Outline hyphen primary. So if you make outline, then it will be like this. Okay. Now, if I want this name also, I can show in the primary color, this color. So this for this text, we are using something like H3, I think. Yes. Now this H3. So to add some text color, I will add a class called text hyphen primary. The moment I add text hyphen primary, it will be like this. So here we got some name. Now what I want to do here also I want to create one column. I think already we have done. So let me just go back there. Yes, this is our column 8. Now in this column 8, what we want to do, I want to add one list here. For that, I am taking unordered list UL and in that some list item. So in this list item, let's suppose I want to add some user information like his full name, like Raj Verma or Sharma, whatever name we have taken. Verma we have taken. So Raj Verma. In one more LI, I want to show the gender like male. In one more LI, I want to show his email ID, raj@gmail.com. In one more LI, maybe I want to show his phone number, some kind of number. In one more LI, maybe I want to show his designation, like software engineer. In one more LI, maybe I wanted to show something, his GitHub details, like he have, let's assume that he have totally 120 repositories. In one more LI, maybe I want to show his followers, how many people are following him on the GitHub. So let's assume that 500. How many people he is following? Maybe something like 1,000 people, like this. So basically, we are trying to display some details about that user in the unordered list format. So the moment I add UL and with this many LIs, our UI will look something like this. So if let me save my file and let me go back to the browser and refresh. See, we got something like this. Now what I want to do for this UL and LI, I want to add some styles. I want to add some styles for my unordered list and list items. That is LI. So to add some styles for your unordered list and list item, your Bootstrap is providing us some classes, and that class name is list item group. We have a classes called list item group. So to know about these classes, what we can do is we can simply go to the official website of our Bootstrap, go to the docs, scroll down, you will find here something like list group. This is the list group. Click on this list group. Whenever you click on this list group, if you just scroll down, you will be able to show your list item in this particular style. So if you want to add your this kind of styles to your list item, then what we have to do is for our UL, we have to add a class called list group. And for our all the LIs, we have to add a class called list group item. So for our UL, we have to add list group. And for all the LIs, we have to add a class called list group item. The moment you add these classes to your LIs and UL, then you are going to get this kind of styles. You are going to get this kind of style. Apart from that, we have something like this also. If you want to show any item as an active, just we have to add active class. So any list which you want to show like a active, for that simply we have to add here active class. The moment you add active class, your class will be active. Again, if you scroll down to disable, we have to add disabled class. So like this in list group, it is going to provide us lot of classes. So if you use those classes, you will get some kind of styles, some kind of styles. Some kind of styles you will get. So here they are making this button like a list group item. So if you want, you can make your button as a list. So that we will see later on. First, let's come back here. Let's use these two classes, list group item. So what we have to do, simply to our UL, we have to add a class called list-group. And to our LI, we have to add a class called list-group-item. Now just copy this part and add in all the LIs. All the LIs. Now if I come back here and if I just refresh this part now, it looks like this. Maybe I want to add few more. So I will just try to add two more here. In that you can display some other details as well. Now if I refresh, I got like this. That's it. So this is what the UI we are able to create. This is like our GitHub search application. Now this application we can implement. So what we have to do here, we have to add some GitHub username. For example, I am adding my GitHub username, and if I click on search button, then one request should go to the GitHub server with this username. So once your GitHub server receives your request and once it receives this username, then what GitHub server will do, it will send all the details of this particular user. That details we have to display here. Whatever details we are going to get from the server, that details we have to display in this components. So you can implement this part. So for this implementing for this, you just require the API, and that API information you will get from here. If you just search for api.github.com, it will give you the list of all the APIs. And for us, we required this API. That is user URL. You require this user URL. Now, if you go back here and if you just paste that API, and here as a path parameter, if I pass any username, GitHub username, I will get all his details. So here, let me just add. So I'm adding Kabir. Now see, I am getting my all the details. My all details. So here you have lot of details. You have ID, you have avatar URL, you have followers URL, followings URL, like this. You have name, type, whether he is a user or admin, like this type. You have a location, you have a name, and in the same way, you have how many public repository I have, how many followers I have, how many people I am following, when my GitHub was created, when updated, like this, all the informations you are getting. So all this informations, what you can do, you can just add here. You can just add here. Whatever information you want to add, you can add here. So you just required the API. This API also I am providing you. You know how to send the request on click of button. You know how to access the data. You know how to append the data in your components as well. So you guys should be able to implement, you should be able to implement this application. So what you guys have to do, you have to create this application in React. And there you have to implement the functionality of this application. Right now, I have done the designing part. You have to implement the functionality of this application. So to implement the functionality of application, whatever things are required, already everything is covered. Now you have to think, you know some concepts in HTML, you know few concepts in CSS, you know few concepts in JavaScript, you know few concepts in React.js. Now you have to think, to fulfill this requirement, which concept of React I have to use. And accordingly, you have to implement the functionality for this application. GitHub search application. So how many of you will be able to implement? So for this, you should know, right, how to integrate Bootstrap with your React. So can I show that part, how to integrate Bootstrap with your React?
Sir, before that, can we implement like a search icon here inside the internet?
Pardon?
How to capture search icon, like some icon if you want to
Yes,
put
you can
in.
add icons. See here, if you go to Bootstrap, Bootstrap will only provide lot of icons. So here you have an icon link. Just click on this. Now, if you just scroll down, now here you have lot of icons. Okay, if you want to search for search icon, just here you search it. You will get lot of icons here. Okay, just click on this, copy this tag, and you have to just add that search icon. Maybe I want to add somewhere in this button only. Here I want to add. So I can add that search icon. Come back here. Let's see. Refresh. So here that search icon is not displayed. Let me display here. That URL we have to add. Search icon. Okay. Here, if I just scroll down, somewhere it should give icons as well. Let me display here first. Let me see whether it is displaying or not. First, we have to link that icon CSS file. Yeah. Here we got that CDN. Copy this CDN first. This link tag we have to copy. Let me add in our HTML. Now let's try. So come back here, refresh. Now here you got icon. Okay. So what you guys have to do here is you have to go to that bootstrap, click on this icon part. Whenever you click on icon, you will land on this bootstrap icon. First, scroll down completely. Here you will find that CDN link. If you scroll down, you will find this CDN link here. Copy this link tag. So if you click on this, it will be copied. Then go and paste inside your HTML. So here they have created the CSS file, and in that CSS file, they have written the code to create icons. That link you have to paste. Now, once you have pasted that link, now which icon you want, that icon you can search here because Bootstrap is providing lot of icon to us. So now if you want any icon, just search that icon. Suppose I want username icon. Then I will search for username icon here. If we have any username, we don't have, sorry, user we can search. So we have lot of user icons here. So you can pick any icon here. Just click on that icon. Here you will get this tag, copy this, and wherever you want to paste, you can paste it. Maybe let's assume that I want to paste here. Before the name, I want to paste here. Save it, go back here, and if I refresh, you will get here user. So you got the icon. Here you got this icon, here you got search icon. So like this, you can get the icons from here. Okay. Now let's see how we can integrate Bootstrap in React. So for that, I have to open one React application. So let me just open our last React application. So this is our React application. First, let me run this React application. npm run dev. And in the same way, I have to run our JSON server as well. JSON server -- path db.json. Now let's go back here and let's open that application. Now if I click on this users, we got this application here. Okay. Now what I want to do is in my React, I want to integrate Bootstrap. So the first step, what you have to do is install the Bootstrap. So here I will add integration of Bootstrap with React. So there are two ways, guys. The one way what we can do is we can use CDN links. That CDN links are nothing but you can just copy these two links. You can go to their official website, go to the docs, click on CDN link and copy this link. And what you have to do in your React application, where is your HTML file, guys? Where is your HTML file? Where you will find your HTML file in your React application?
Outside the src folder, that is the index.html.
So this is the index.html which is loading. So can we add that link tag here? So for that, we have to take link tag, rel style sheet, href, and just add. This is one way. We can directly use CDN links. Now, the moment you use CDN links, now let's see. Now see here, suddenly our design got changed. Now we have this JSON server folder. Under that, we have this users, right? Under which we have that table. So let me just go back to that table. Yes, this is the table. So to this table, simply I am adding one class. Okay. So right now what I will do, I will just remove all these attributes. The moment I remove all these attributes, our table looks like this. Now to this table, simply I will add one bootstrap class. And the bootstrap class is table. So bootstrap is providing us a class called table. And if you add this class, you will get like this table. All these are buttons, right? For these buttons also, we can add some kind of classes. So here we have button, edit button. So for edit button, I will add a class like btn hyphen, outline hyphen, something like success. Something I'm adding here. If I go back here, I got like this. For edit, I want to add danger. Class name btn hyphen outline hyphen danger for delete button. So if I just go back here, see now bootstrap is applied. Now this alignment is because of, I think we have added align attribute somewhere for T body. Yes, if I remove this align attribute from here, now your content will be like this. So some bootstrap classes we can add now. So here, what is the integration? Just you have to go to the index.html file of your React application, add that link. That's it. This is one way. Suppose if I comment this, then bootstrap will not work. Now see, bootstrap is not working. Now, what is another way? Another way is in our React application, we can install bootstrap package. We can install bootstrap package, nothing but bootstrap library. How to install? Just same command, npm install bootstrap. This is the second way to integrate your bootstrap. First, you have to install bootstrap. First step is install bootstrap using following command. Then second step, go to app.jsx or main.jsx file. You can go to anywhere and import bootstrap file. Import bootstrap CSS file. We have to import bootstrap.css file. So what we have to do, once it is installed, now go to your app.jsx or you can go to main.jsx also. Let's go to the main.jsx. Now here what we have to do, we have to import something. What we have to import means basically we have to import bootstrap.css file. Now to import that bootstrap.css file, what you have to do is simply you have to write import statement space in double quotes. In double quotes, you have to just add here dot or something like bootstrap. Let me add here dot slash. So now tell me guys, I have installed bootstrap. So where you will find that bootstrap? I have installed the bootstrap. So where that bootstrap will be available? Where that package will be available in my application?
Inside the node modules.
So we have to go to this node modules. Under that, we have bootstrap. Under that, we have package.json, whether it is installed or not properly. Let's search about bootstrap here. So here we have bootstrap. Under that directly we have package only. See, here I have written wrong spelling. It's a BOOT I am missing here. It means while installing, I have used wrong spelling here. See here I am missing, it is installed, right? Boot, see here I am missing T. So that package is not installed. That's why we are not getting suggestion. So let me install it. npm install bootstrap. So the first step is you have to install bootstrap. Once bootstrap is installed, then go back to your main.jsx file, add import keyword, then double quotes. Here add bootstrap slash. Under that you will have some folders here, distribution JS, SCSS. In that go to this dist slash, under that CSS slash, then you have to add bootstrap.css file. So this bootstrap.css file present in this path. Now this is in the node module, so directly you have to give the path. Now go back here. Now see again you got all these styles back. All these styles back. Now same thing you can do for new user also. You can go back to that new user. And here we have input, right? So we can just add class form control. Now go back here. You got form control. And for this select options and we have button. For this button, I'm adding a class btn hyphen outline hyphen primary. So it will be the primary. And for this drop down button, guys, what styles we can add? So for that, we can just go to the documentation and we can check for drop down what are the classes available. So just scroll down somewhere you should find drop downs. I'm just selecting these drop downs and here I will check the classes, what classes I have to use. So for my, here they have taken all the UI. So let's see what classes they are using here. Drop down menu, drop down items they are using. So let me just try to use something here. If I just use class drop down menu, drop down menu, drop down item. And here a class called drop down item. So here we have a drop down item. So let me try to add all this in all options now. Or else for select also we should have some kind of class. Now if I go back here it is not working. Let me just check here for select. We should have some class. Yes, here we have select. Okay, under forms. So this is what we wanted. So for class form select, that's it. Form select we have to add. Let me remove all this. Here just we have to add form select. Now, if you go back here, you will get some styles for your drop down. You have text box, you have this one, drop down button. Are we adding any margin? Yes, we can remove this margin now. So now space got reduced. Now for this button also we are adding some margin, I think. So this break statements we are adding. Remove that. Maybe we can add one break. That's it. We got here. And you can add just shadow for your div. Last name shadow. P hyphen 4. Like this you got. And my P hyphen 3. MT hyphen 5. MT hyphen 5 means it will be like this. So username, you can select city. Hello. Click on new user. That new user added here. Edit. City change to C2. Update. Again, we got new user. Delete. Yes, we got delete. So this is how simple way to add Bootstrap in your React applications. First, you have to install, then go to app.jsx and or main.jsx, any file, and you can import Bootstrap CSS file. And this is how we have to import it. Okay. So CSS files we will import like this. So now you know how to integrate Bootstrap in React. So what you guys have to do now, now you have to create this entire user interface. This interface in React now. I created using plain HTML. Now what you guys have to do, you guys have to create this user interface in React. So what you can do, you can create this as a search component, this one as a GitHub profile component, GitHub details component. And all this you can add inside the GitHub home component. So this entire user interface you can divide into 4 components: GitHub home, GitHub search, GitHub profile, GitHub details. And you have to adjust all these components in this particular fashion. And now if I search any user GitHub, if I search any username using here this application, then it should display all his details here. If I add your username, I should get your details. If I add my username, I should get my details. So for that, you require an API. You just require one API. So that API also I will add here. Just now we have seen that API, right? So for that, simply go to api.github.com. Here you have lot of APIs provided by GitHub people. In that we want this API, users URL API we want. So here you have to add this API. This is the API, guys. So what you have to do, just here you have to pass username. Whosever details you want, that user's username you have to pass. So how many of you can do this task, guys, in React? How many of you can design this and do this task? See, to do this task, whatever required, everything is covered. User will enter some name here. You know how to access this data from this text box. On click of this button, you know how to send a API request. And with that API request, you know how to send the data. Okay, here you have to use get request only. Now, you know, once the data comes from server, how to handle it and how to pass that data and show in your UI. All these things you know. So by seeing this task, can I know in the chat how many of you are confident that you can do this? So this is where you have to test now your React, what you have learned and how much you know. So I'm just waiting for your responses on the chat, guys. Yes, no. If you think that you can do, then just type yes. If you think that I cannot do, just type no. So I just got two responses, guys. What about remaining 13 members? Okay, try it. See, first time whenever we see, we will be in doubt whether I can do or not. Like this, you will be in the dilemma. Some people will be confident, yes, I can do. So what we have to do, until unless you try it, you will not be confirmed. So what you guys have to do is you have to do this. You have to finish this part. Okay. Yeah. So one more assignment, guys, I wanted to give you. So this one GitHub task is one assignment for you. Second assignment is you have to build a home page for your application. Okay. You have to build a home page for your application. Now, how your home page should look like, let me show you. So how your home page should look like, let me show you that part. This is how your home page should be. Okay. So here in navbar, whatever you want to add, here add. Then here I want all these links. Here I am just showing some images. You guys can show any images that you want, any content that you want, you can show. But I want this structure only. In this way only I want structure. Or else try to add same content, guys. Okay, try to add same content. Then here we have something called carousel. Now, how to create this carousel, I will explain you guys in a bootstrap. So in bootstrap, we have a carousel concept. I will explain that part. So once you know that carousel part, you will be able to implement the carousel. But meanwhile, what you guys have to do is just add one static image here. In this shape, add static image. Once you know the carousel, then you can add carousel component here. Then you have to show something like this in this way. So some background image on that black shadow, then some content exactly in the center of that image. And we want this kind of grid structure. Okay, images, whatever you want, you can take. Here I am taking some images. You guys can take whatever images you want. And if I scroll down, then you can add something like this UI. If possible, try to add here one video, guys. One e-commerce video or something, try to add here. So first, at least try to design up to here. And when it comes to footer part, it's completely your choice how you want to design the footer. Just design the footer in that way. So if you want to know exactly how to design the footer, just go to the internet and just search for footer templates. If you search for footer templates, and if you just go to this images tab, you will get lot of templates here. Just design any one template that you like. Whatever template you want, you can design. So footer is completely your wish how you want to design. But remaining things, I want you to design in this way. I will add all this screenshot, guys. I will add all this screenshot in the paint file, and that paint file I will provide you. Okay, I will just add like this screenshots so that you will get the idea how to develop it. Okay, use your bootstrap for styling instead of using plain CSS because CSS will take a lot of time now. Okay, so better to go with this. So this is how I will be adding the screenshots. So you guys can just watch these screenshots and accordingly try to design it. Accordingly try to design it. Okay. So I'm just showing this one screenshot. Later on, I will add and I will update this paint file and you have to go through it. Okay. If you want to change the styles, you can change it. If you want to create navbar in some other way, you can create it. But make sure you have all these options. You have all these options. Slowly, we will be changing the options. We will be adding new options. But initially, you have to create up to here. So I will add all this screenshot, what you have to do, and those things you have to create. Okay, this is our first assignment now. So you have two assignments now. You have to create GitHub search, project, and then you have to create homepage. All these are static homepage. Just you have to use your CSS knowledge. CSS knowledge you have to use or bootstrap, whatever we have learned. If you want to use till that, you can use that as well. Okay, now I'm giving these two assignments which will take time for you. That is the reason you can show me this your outputs on next Tuesday. So even if you don't complete whatever you have done, how much you have done, that much you have to show. So on Tuesday, I will check how much you guys have done. So one by one, you have to share your screen and you have to show. Okay. So our next session, next Tuesday means this coming Tuesday, guys. Okay. On Tuesday, you have to show. Coming Tuesday, you have to show. And our next session will be also on the Tuesday only. Okay. So we have some function at our home on Monday and Saturday I'm traveling. That is the reason our next session will be on Tuesday only, guys. On Tuesday, first I will check this part. Then I will explain the remaining things. So once I explain Carazole part, then we can implement Carazole here. Carazole here. We will implement model. If I click here, we will have a logout button. Like right now, this is not working. But initially, whenever our application loads, we will show home login page, registration page. So if you log in, then that data should go and store in the database. If you register, all your data should store in the database. All those things we are going to see. So in login, you will enter your credentials. You will click on login button. That data we will send to the backend. Backend will connect with the database. It will just check whether is there any user with these credentials. If yes, then backend will it will give some response to us. With that response, If user is valid, it will give user data to us. Then once we receive that valid information about the user, then we have to navigate to the home page and we have to display all the users data. So here we will try to show one profile and we will try to show that user profile image here. Whoever logins, we will try to show his image here with his name. So like this, slowly, little bit design I will change. But meanwhile, you guys have to try this part. So it should not take for you guys more than 1 or 2 hours. Within that, you should be able to do it. Yeah. Anyone, any doubts, guys? Will you be able to develop this home page, guys?
Yes, sir. We will try, sir.
Yeah. So just for your reference, I will say that you guys have to revise Flex, okay? CSS Flex and CSS Grid, or you can use Bootstrap Grid. Okay, try नहीं सबको करना पड़ेगा, and I think everybody will be able to do, guys. First, you have to try. If you don't try, that is wrong. You are trying, you are not able to do, that is okay. When I explain, you will understand exactly what mistake you were doing. But you did not try it only. That is the biggest mistake. Okay. So at least you have to try, you have to start doing. How much you can do, you do it. I'm not saying that everybody will be able to do exactly like that. No. Some people will be able to do, some people might get stuck in between. But at least you have to start and you have to do. If you do, then only you will learn, guys. क्लास अटेंड करने से कुछ नहीं होगा. क्लास अटेंड करते हुए तुम्हें ना सब प्रैक्टिस भी करना पड़ेगा. अगर तुम प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे ना, बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा. So whenever you are attending the class, you have to practice it. You have to develop it. See, when we start developing the things, more things will be clear to you. You will start understanding, acha, this concept will be used in this way. This concept will be used in this way. While learning React course, we have just done small, basic examples. Just to understand the concept, just to understand how that concept works, how to use that concept, how to implement that concept. That is what we have learned. Now we have to learn for certain requirement, how can I use this React concepts to resolve it. So slowly you will profile. I think already we have built this part, right? So we will try to build some other way profile. If I go to products, now here see all the products are displayed. Now if I just keep on the cursor, it is able to zoom it. Now here it is displaying all the products. Now if I click on electronics, it will show me only electronics products. If I click on men's clothing, only men's clothing product. Now if I click on product details, it will show me the complete details of that product. See, all this we have done while understanding routing part. In Redux also I have explained you. Now if I click on add to cart, this product we have to add in the cart. If I go back to the cart, see right now this page is not implemented. So here we are showing page not found, because in this cart is not implemented yet. But the moment I click on add to cart, that product should be added in the cart. If I go back to my cart, then I should be able to see that product here. I should be able to see that product. Then we should, if you want it, you should be able to remove that product from here. Or else if you want to increase the quantity, you can increase the quantity. Then if everything is good, then you can proceed for the payment. If you click on that proceed, then you should move to the payment. You should be able to filter products based on different categories. Right now, just I am filtering here based on categories. In future, you can implement different options. You can filter based on price. You can filter based on brand. You can filter based on size. Like this, you can do lot of things. If you understand how to filter things based on one parameter, then you can use same logic to implement different filters for different parameters. Okay. So anyways, all this we developed. So we are not going to develop exactly like this. We are going to develop application in another way. But here I am showing already we have done all these things. This profile part is done. I think product part is done. And this user part is just for the teaching filtering part. Like if I click on get users, I will get here all the users. So we are going to develop other application, but I just want you to develop at least home page like this. Then we will try to modify again this home page again. Let's try to add something, and then we will create products page. We know how to fetch the data. We will add filtering part. We know how to see the product details, payment, cart, add to cart, remove from cart. All those things we will try to develop. But for this, you should revise React concepts. Again, I won't revise React topics now. We will just use the React topics here. Okay. So make sure guys, you are practicing it. So we will be covering remaining topics of Bootstrap on Tuesday. But before I start my session, I just want to check how many people will be able to do this projects. How much you have done, that much you have to show. You should not say that I did not complete. If you did not complete, then at least you might have started, right? So you have to show how much you have done. So every day I will be checking. In project, every day I will be checking. Whatever task I will give, I will check it. Okay, today I have done this much, you have to do this much. I have done this much, you have to do this much. So whenever I give that assignment, you have to just go to the home, you have to work on it, you have to finish and you have to come. Now, while working on it, if you stuck somewhere, then you have to discuss it. Okay, I have done up to here, but suddenly I got stuck here. Or maybe I felt in some error. I'm not able to resolve it. So if you have such issues, you have to discuss it. Okay, guys. So let's meet on Tuesday, guys. Now, okay, our next session will be on Tuesday. Meanwhile, revise all your React concepts and be ready. And just finish these two assignments, guys. Yeah, anything else, guys, you want to ask? If you want to ask anything, you guys can. If no, you guys can just drop, guys. Let's meet on Tuesday.